So, we got episode 9 right here. And who are we here with today?
Noah Mortimer.
Juan Guerrero.
Back again, despite my... Never mind. Despite my better... Never mind.
So what are we going to discuss today?
I don't know. There's a lot to discuss.
So-
I saw your most recent video. Maybe we should talk about it.
Yeah, so what was your opinions on that recent video?
Very interesting,
That's all you got
to
to
say the least.
Yeah.
To say the
What do
least.
you think?
I would have to agree.
What do you think the reasoning is behind creating a fake account like that?
I think they just want to be you so bad
Yeah.
that they have to, like, make this whole new personality.
They
like
look up to you.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
you're everything they could ever want to be.
Well, yeah, I mean, why else would they want to do that so bad?
Or to make funny. But
Yeah.
no, I think it's honestly just a joke. I think that's like, it's a joke taken a little bit too far to go. But that's, I mean, kind of what it is at the end of the day.
Yeah.
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 So, but how do you, I mean, you kind of expressed how you feel about it in that video, but could you go, is there any way, like, because I don't think you never, like, seriously named anybody, which I think is wise. And you also didn't, like, chill, bro. Go in depth, like, I mean, obviously you want them to stop, but I don't think just you saying stop it is going to do it. So.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I mentioned in the description too, I forgot to mention, I really should have, that I had 7 different people report the account. And Instagram said there was nothing wrong with it.
I think
and
you did say that.
Oh, I did? Yeah, and then and me and my mom even did like fill out some form, like proving that I'm the person who I say I am. And we like wrote down everything that had happened, and nothing came of that. They didn't do anything with that. So
You should sue Instagram.
Oh.
You could get banked.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess they don't think pretending to be someone and saying the N-word as them is. I guess they don't see anything wrong with that.
Yikes.
So, yeah. I guess yet another reason not to use the app.
At least they confronted Sophia.
Oh. If she was watching this video right now, what would you say then? Would you say
Not
sorry?
much.
What would you
I'm
say?
sorry. I'm sorry for
What
what's
would you
happened.
say to?
Oh yeah, because they actually
What-
DM'd her on
What
the
would you
fake
say
account.
to her post?
To her post.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's kind of a general. I don't know
share
what
your
specific.
opinion.
No, do you? Yeah.
specifically
What?
say.
Do you share her opinion?
Huh? Do I share her opinion? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I mean, there's not
What do
much
you think
else.
about
Safe to
it?
say. Yeah. What do you think about her opinion?
I mean, definitely your background and your family
Okay,
definitely
okay.
influences where
All right. Let's.
where those opinions come from for sure.
For sure.
So,
You can say that about any
Very well
opinion.
spoken.
yeah.
So, like, do you think, this is an interesting question I've kind of always wondered, like, do you think, I mean, I think we're of the maturity that we can realize, like, if we were raised in a Muslim household, we would be Muslim. Like, if we were raised in a Buddhist household, it's most likely that we would
But
be
I
Buddhist.
think it's definitely careful. I think you definitely need to be. People need to be careful saying that too, though, because they'll often use that as an argument to say, "Oh, you're only Christian because of this." or
I know,
that."
100%.
So,
That's why
and I
I'm
think,
kind
but
of
I think there's
bringing it up.
definitely a gray area, or I don't know if that's the right word.
Well, the Bible explicitly states many times that every human being will be given the opportunity to encounter Christ, to change their life. Everyone, no matter, regardless of the nurture side of your human existence. So, I think that, yeah, even if I was raised Buddhist or whatever, there's still a chance there's still many ways that Jesus could enter into my life, and I'm still given that chance. And we're all given that chance, like, I don't know what's going to happen after this life, but I believe, that God, he doesn't judge you. There's no way to truly know how he will judge you. He looks at our hearts. That's like the true reasoning behind every action he looks at. He knows there's no blankets, there's no veils, there's nothing shrouding anything that we do for him. He's looking directly at all of our intentions. So he can judge us the most justly, the most truthfully, and he can look past all this superficial, what race, what religion, all this. He looks past all that. So I think that, regardless of what nurture you experience in your life or what nature you experience in your life, you're still gonna get that chance to, that's explicitly stated in the Bible.
Would you say that maybe you could say having a religion, or religion's just a more broad term for, say, something like actually believing in Christ? Would you say?
Would I say religion is a broad term?
Yeah. Oh well. I'm saying
What?
it's a weird way to phrase it, I guess. I don't.
What are you asking?
Because you were saying that. Okay, you're pretty much saying that you don't know how exactly what he's not going to look at.
No one knows.
Religion.
No one knows what he's going to look
Yeah,
at.
you
All that
don't
we
know
know
if
is he
you're-
will look straight at the truth.
Mhm.
He will look. I mean, how many cars you have? He's not. I mean, that we can know that he won't look at that. I guess because Jesus, says all this about moths and vermin will eat away your treasures on earth. So store up treasures in heaven for yourself. I mean, that's what he's talking about. God's not going to, you had 20 cars. Oh, let's go. He's not going to say it. But beyond that, we don't I don't know. That's why I think it's important, at least, to not judge anyone on earth, because the Bible again says judgment is for the Lord alone. So, I think that in no ways is God. In no way can we understand how he's going to judge, and in no way is God going to be shrouded by superficials.
Well, I think that's part of why it's dangerous. Like, people have asked me in the past, right? They'll ask me, like, if I'm Christian, and then they ask, like, when's the last time I've been to church, and then I say like some like a long time ago or whatever, and then they'll laugh or say like, you're not a Christian, which is definitely very dangerous, because I don't.
What do you mean?
Because they're prioritizing.
Oh, what they're talking about is dangerous?
Well, what they're saying is dangerous.
Oh,
because,
that you're not a Christian.
Because they're not even. Because you're not even like prioritize. I feel like you're not even prioritizing Jesus at that point. You're just prioritizing like just going to church, or a simple like act. I feel like.
I don't see a problem with prioritizing going to church.
Well, I'm saying, but they're putting that over Jesus as a whole. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Well, I
saying
disagree with them saying you're not a Christian for
Uh-huh.
not going to church. That's wrong, and they definitely shouldn't be making fun of you. That's not of Christ. But there's still, church is a major aspect of Christian faith, and one could make the argument that Christian faith is not complete without church. I'm sure that argument has loads of basis in the Bible. I'm not too in depth with that because I just think you should.
Well, I think the issue with that is, okay. The question becomes, what do you consider a church? Which I guess would be a pretty obvious answer. You could just, it's a place with a bunch of Christians. What would you define as a church then?
You can get into so many.
Like what stops me, for example, from saying this is our church? Us three talking about Jesus is our church.
Where two or more are gathered, there I am with them. That's a verse straight from the Bible. However, there's a big difference, obviously, between us three and a whole gathering with worship music and a pastor. That's you could call them both church, but I think that there's so many benefits from going straight to every Sunday, building habits, building habits that are deeply ingrained with your faith, like going to church, listening to a word from a pastor. That's something you're not going to hear. Worshiping with everybody, that's something you're not going to get with just three of us. We could do that, but that's kind of reserved for church. You can go, it's not reserved, but that's at church. That's easier to do at church. So I think that's, there's so many pros to that.
That it's just, where it's
fellowship.
Where you're saying it's just like a designated place.
I would define church as a designated place.
Because this isn't. Because I guess you could say this technically wouldn't. We could, but it's not technically. This isn't like a designated place for church. See, my dog comes and pees and poops here. It's not like.
Well, it doesn't matter. They have church in the middle of the street in India.
Yeah, true.
And it's still church.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, we don't have worship music. We don't have a pastor giving out a sermon. We don't have tons of people doing. We don't have a prayer team. We don't have people going out of their way to do fellowship and discipleship, and that all those stuff work together to make a church. And it's, two or more, yes, but I think you need community, which, churches vary in size and numbers often get in the way of pastors. But I think a lot of people it's helpful.
I guess the difficult thing becomes then, that there's no. I guess you could say there's a general idea of what a church is, but there's probably no specific guideline. Would you agree with that? Or like, I mean, in some ways yes, but in some ways no. Like they're not all going to have the exact same things, I guess. I don't know.
Because a church could be down the street, Arbor Road, where you go into a cathedral and you go into a sanctuary and you worship and you listen to pastor. Or it could be in the middle of the road in India with no building. They're just gathered in a circle talking about Jesus. I mean, those are two very different things, but I would both call them church. And that's, I mean, yeah, to your point, yeah, that's very kind of subjective.
Yeah.
You know, when going through the Bible and faith, you often come across that word. And that's where it gets a little tricky, but I would still say going to a like, I can't even use the word real church, but like a church with loads of people and a sanctuary and all that, I think that's still very beneficial. And I would venture to say it's essential to the Christian faith.
So Juan, would you say you go to church like very often? Like, when's the last time you went? Like, how often would you say?
Not often.
Not that often.
Yeah, I mean it's not like it's not a, you can be Christian without going to church. And I don't think it should ever be a competition or like, oh, I went to church more than you, I'm better. That's so not true.
Yeah.
It's so against what Jesus taught in a lot of ways. But it's, once you become a Christian, it's like a response. I want more. I want to go learn. I want to go be with people who want to learn and be in the Word and be, all that. So I would recommend going to church if you can. I know it's definitely hard when our parents can't take us and stuff, but that's why you get your license.
Yeah. What's your progress on that one? I know you said you're doing the rhythm.
You got your permit? You passed?
Yeah, first try.
Dang, bro.
Nice.
Bro, I still gotta do it.
He's ahead of you.
He's ahead, bro.
Wait, but is it relative? You want to get into the relativity?
I guess you could say
This one's
it's
got
not.
always been.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta get it. You can't even relatively. I'm gonna be ahead of you. You can't even get it within the first 2 weeks after you were well, I got it first 2 weeks.
I'll call my dad after this podcast and I'll
Let's
see if I can
go.
set something up.
Let's go.
It's just we've been putting it off
It
for
was
whatever.
pretty
reason.
easy.
I know
Yeah.
the written test.
Yeah.
But yeah.
My brother was saying I need to
There's
go
some-
on like Quizlet or something because there's a bunch of random questions.
Oh
like,
yeah,
Oh,
it's
there are
random.
Like,
It's
what do you
random.
do? What do you do when there's roadkill in the middle of the street? That's what he was saying.
Oh yeah.
When you're on a 1-lane highway in the
Yes,
middle of nowhere. Yeah, do you
bro,
know what
I
it is?
hated that one,
If
bro.
you're stranded on an
It's
island
like
and
on
you're
a
in on a Civic, what
one
do you do?
lane something, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I thought I was gonna fail, but instead I passed. I was like,
So how does it feel to have the permit, man?
normal, because I've been driving a lot.
You can drive your mom places.
Yeah. I already been doing that.
Oh,
without
okay.
it. I mean, with it.
Yeah, it's not like half the world has committed that crime.
Probably more, bro.
Yeah.
I look and like on the street, and you're like, did everyone seriously do 6 hours of in-person driving and then wait 6 months and then do all like, bro? There's so many steps.
Well,
Yeah.
don't you still don't. You don't have to get the hours to just drive with your parents first. Right?
No.
Like once you have the permit, you can just drive
'cause
like with your parents.
Well, technically, you can't drive without the permit at all. Once you get the permit, then you can start practicing. But what I'm talking about, the 6 in-person hours, it's like a class. It's where some dude or whatever, some person sits in the passenger seat and they have like pedals on their side too, but they teach you how to drive. Like,
That would be
drive.
easy.
Yeah, it's
Wait. Oh yeah, but we still have to do it.
you have to do that.
Yeah,
It's
you
six,
have
you have
to,
to do
but
6 hours.
it would be easy.
It's not. They normally do like 3 2-hour sessions or whatever.
That's a lot.
It's only 3 and 6 months. You're good.
He's just like,
Can I jam my music?
Oh, maybe.
no, let's not be like AJ. Not
AJ.
playing. No,
Oh,
you-
wait, no,
you
he's
started
talk-
randomly playing.
He's
kid
talking
stuff.
about in the car, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, in the car.
Oh.
Thought he brought his
With the
phone.
instructor.
I mean, if you
No,
got a chill
no
instructor.
disrespect to AJ. He's chill. He's coming on.
Yeah, sure.
He's coming over soon?
Yeah.
Monday.
Monday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not today.
Oh.
So I noticed. What were you on? I saw you were on like a bike path or something. Were you riding your bike or what?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I just got back from Seal Beach.
What were you? Did you have like a gig or something or what?
Just went with my friends. Went down the bike path. No,
Well,
if we had a gig, there's no way we would not have biked.
I look,
bro.
you should have asked Julian to.
Julian for what?
Marshall.
Oh yeah, to come or what?
to ride a bike. His
Oh,
bike with
yeah.
me. We live like close.
Bro, yeah, gig with riding on a bike. How would that work? Bringing the drums on the
Yeah.
bike path. That'd be a nightmare.
Yeah. You gotta bring that bass drum.
No way. Yeah. Bro, drum set is awesome.
Oh yeah.
Just got that drum set. It's
So
all
what-
done. Finally, it's all done.
So what made you transition from? I know you still probably play piano here and there, but what made you transition from mostly playing piano to drums?
It's freaking awesome. They're great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's more like, just one time my instructor found me playing drums like in the band room or whatever, and he like, it was like the perfect timing to find me playing drums because our previous drummer he was done with the band, so he just quit. It was different drummers, whatever. It's like the one after came in, and he was done, so they needed a drummer for this jazz band, and I was lucky enough for him to like walk in. This was like after hours, and I was just doing whatever, messing around, and he was like, "Why are you not on drums?" So he made me drums, and yeah, that was pretty awesome. Nico, yo,
He's offering
Zach,
dinner.
all
Thank
for you.
you.
You're gonna love these.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nico.
Thank you, but you
Just
can
for
save
Zach.
it.
Just for Zach.
Thank you, Nico.
Oh,
Y'all don't want it, I'll take it.
But yeah, I know you know how awesome drums are, Zach.
Oh yeah.
Played Funky Town.
Yeah.
That's great. I remember that.
And take the intro.
Oh yeah, take that.
Yeah.
No.
What songs have you been playing?
Trying to think any that you would know. Have you heard? Do you know who Horace Silver is?
French Revolution.
Do you know who Jimi Hendrix is?
Yes.
Two Jimi Hendrix songs. Like Fire is a good
That's what's
song.
up. I just don't. The only reason I know Jimi Hendrix is because
Joe
of Joe
Rogan.
Rogan.
I called it.
Because he named it. He
2
named it
seconds
after.
before
He named it after the Jimi Hendrix Experience.
Bro,
Joe Rogan
Listen
Experience.
to Jimi Hendrix, dude. I'm sure you've heard.
I don't know. I think I played a couple once and I wasn't really digging it for whatever reason.
What?
I don't know. Just like old, kind of like
Oh.
older music.
Ridiculous.
Older music.
Juan, you don't even know who that is, bro. Yeah.
I can still share my thoughts.
Yeah.
Bro, Juan probably doesn't have like a single person like earlier than the 2000s on his playlist.
I'll
bro.
give you I just dude, I don't know what it is. I just like
I have
Earlier than the 90s, I doubt, or like
I have,
80s.
he has Biggie Smalls somewhere on there.
Yeah, exactly.
50 Cent.
That was
2000s. That's 2000s, bro. Oh my god.
what's the oldest artist you have?
Biggie
50 Cent?
Smalls. Yeah, it's Biggie,
Biggie
Smalls.
Smalls?
Or
Do you have-
Gangsta's Paradise. That's what it's yeah. Bro. Red 40. Nah. Stick.
Tell it to me then.
So Juan, what's your experience with McDonald's and how often do you go there?
I love it.
I know what you're asking.
If I could
What?
eat it every day, I probably would.
Wait, why?
Tell him why you're asking. Why are you asking about McDonald's?
Oh, no. That's not why. It's because he went there today. That's
Oh, well, this guy wants to work at McDonald's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If he works out, I'll work there with him.
Oh,
yeah.
bro, just why don't you both work at Sprouts? Why are you working at McDonald's?
Bro.
He said he can
Bro,
because
you guys are 16. He can do it. You guys can do it. I can't. At 15,
Do you
you
have
can
your-
only work at like fast food place.
Do
Like,
you have a work permit? I don't even know. How do you get a work permit?
so
when
okay,
you're
I
out of
got.
school?
So
I don't know.
no, so
Oh,
I
you
got
have
the
to get
form.
into
I got the
it.
form.
Oh, yeah, it's to get like signed.
I got the form,
I
but
think you go to summer school.
Oh, that makes
well,
sense.
yeah, they said they're in the office all year, so
Okay.
or in the summer. But they said I don't have to worry about the permit or form yet because I have to actually get the job first, and
Oh,
I
wow.
do it after.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you give it to them.
You're gonna do that over the summer?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do it soon. But I
You
need
know
a.
what?
My mom said I need
Okay.
an ID, so I'll probably
Oh, yeah.
get my permit
You need,
first.
you
honestly.
need a
I
state
don't, know if-
ID, right?
I don't think a permit counts as an ID.
No.
It does. I looked.
No,
I thought I
it
looked. I was
doesn't.
just
I
looking at the
think you need a
DMV. It
state
said
ID.
something about.
No, you need like
No.
a real because the permit doesn't.
Well,
I
just
don't
ID.
remember.
ID in general. I'll just get an ID.
Okay,
yeah.
but the permit. Yeah, I think you just go in and grab one. You can take a picture and all that. But on the permit, it says like this does not count as a valid form of identification.
Yeah, I think so.
I wonder why.
I didn't read it.
I wonder why I can't just take a picture,
I
podcast picture, and then put that as my ID.
Because it's not
Because you have to go in
verified.
person.
It's not. Dude, there has to be like a institution saying.
Yeah, there got people.
Okay,
who
I
see
know
that
why. I
see
don't know
it.
why. I just. I was just saying that.
But why McDonald's? Just wait till you're 16.
That's that.
Well,
Well, okay,
also, I was
that's
thinking,
what I was gonna say.
hold on, I was
Remember.
thinking also it's just for won the experience, and I could talk about it and how they
Prove
cook
them
stuff.
all wrong. Sell
How-
them the burgers and then prove them wrong for eating the burgers.
Yeah.
So like you give them their burger and then you be like, hey, you know what this has in it? Meat.
Zach, what are you doing
Canola
for your
oil,
birthday?
safflower.
Tell them,
safflower
Zach.
oil.
Tell them. Yeah.
Yeah. Added sugars.
Zach, do you have any
Wait,
ideas?
Juan, tell him
Oh
the
my
negative
God.
effects of added sugars. Please.
Bloated face,
What else?
Thank you, Juan.
Acne.
acne, body fat increase,
Wait.
lower test.
Yeah.
So Zach, you're gonna go to like 4 different sports camps. Like during the summer, right? You're gonna be going to
Nope.
different
No,
practice.
not anymore.
Not anymore?
Probably
Not anymore?
three.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, only
my,
3?
my only 3. Only
Three
3.
now.
Oh,
Three
sorry.
now.
I didn't
Not
know.
4?
I didn't realize it was that
Not
small.
anymore.
My bad.
That was 3 buffalo.
So you're gonna do all that
Okay, bro.
and work. I guess you can only. You know how many hours you can
Well,
work? How many hours is it like?
I
total?
think for
In the summer, it's a lot more. I think it's 20.
Yeah.
actually.
20 a week.
Yeah, I think it's actually more.
Oh, I guess that would work then. You do like.
what is it in high school?
Oh, normal, I think it's like 7 to 10 or something.
Wow,
like
that's
small,
crazy.
like something
Don't you
small.
only work on the weekend?
Basically, that makes sense. Yeah, you can only really work. But you could do like 3 hours or like 2.5 hours a day. At that point, and like do 2 hours or whatever, and then go to camp.
Not if it's 20 though. I don't
20.
think.
Well,
So.
14, 20.
Well, that,
7 times 3.
I guess if you're working every day, yeah.
6
Would
hours.
you want it?
I
Shut up, Juan. I didn't even say 6.
Bro.
I just said
Dude, that's
7.
like one of the only jokes. I don't know why. For some reason, it's just never gonna die. Like, I don't know. And it's not even. I've never even found the original meme like funny. Like I never even got it. It's just them saying a height. It's just saying it. It just sounds funny for some reason. Like I don't even.
Zach, do you have any ideas for your birthday?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I gotta plan that one. How many?
I'll be
How many
excited.
How many big birthdays have I done? I think it's like every
I
single
think-
birthday. It's just he came along later. That's
Yeah.
all. No, it's literally
It,
every
uh,
single.
Late to the party.
Well, even before one, like I'd been doing. Well, I guess not as big when I was like a little kid,
Yeah.
but like
I think recently they've been bigger.
I wrote it down in my notes. I think so. I think okay, 0 years old. I wasn't doing anything.
Oh.
1 years old. I'm not sure what I did. I put it on there, but I forgot. It might have been Chuck E. Cheese. And then 2 or 3 was Chuck E. and Cheese.
Chuck
Chuck
E.
E.
and cheese.
Oh yeah,
Chuck
I
E.
was
Cheese.
there for
Chuck
one.
E. Cheese.
For
Yeah,
one
and
time.
then yeah, that was not my birthday. That was just a
No,
random.
it was a random day.
Yeah.
We just went.
Yeah,
for no
that, like
reason.
the only time hobby like wanted to come
Yeah,
with
for
us for
real, bro.
anything, bro. He just like does not like me or something. don't
Dude,
know.
I remember like I don't remember this because I wasn't like conscious yet, but I remember looking back and for my first birthday.
Dude, when I pulled the umbilical cord, man, it was crazy. Like I was so small. I was only 7 pounds, but it was crazy. Like when they pulled me out, like I don't know, I can barely remember
Hey,
it. You know?
I
Hey,
had the
chill.
talking.
My bad. It was just funny. how
I
you said
remember
it.
when I was or looking back on my first birthday ever. My dad made this like huge Noah's Ark cake. Like it was a cake of the ark with like all the animals, and there was like a rainbow, and then the water was coming out. And he was like, look, the pictures of it are insane. But I was 1 year old. I did not care. I just wanted to like eat it. Dude, he like sculpted it
You
like
just-
out of fondue.
You
and it
probably
was-
just pooped yourself.
No, yeah, I did.
How
Yeah.
old do you think you were?
Or did you-
I was 1.
Oh,
My
one.
first birthday.
Yeah.
Or like party, first birthday party.
And so you can actually remember it.
You
Like,
just-
I just said I can't.
You're
I
just
just said I
rolling
wasn't
around in
conscious.
his diaper.
That's
Oh.
what you.
It's
That's
just
why.
but he told
That's
you.
why you interrupted me. It's because I said I wasn't conscious.
Yeah.
Anyway. But
So
yeah.
you just know because he told you later on.
I saw pictures of it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
told
Showed
you.
him.
The earliest memory I have was when I was like, I think I was 2 years old. Okay, I doubt I was. I don't remember what my dad said the exact. I think it was 2, and it was like, and my dad. Okay, I didn't see it, but my dad was busy in the shower, and then I was on like the stairs in our old apartment, and then I was just like doing like some weird like not parkour, but just like some weird move for a little kid, like some dangerous move, and then I was just going down the stair steps as like a toddler or whatever, and then my dad saw it and just freaked out. Like that's my earliest memory.
Nice.
What's your guys'
Did he
earliest memory?
flip?
Huh?
Did he flip when he saw you?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Or no, I think it was like, I don't know what. I think I was going on the rail or something, or I was doing. I don't know if I was. I just know I was going down the steps. Well, what's your earliest memory?
I'm not sure.
Gosh, I can't remember.
Yeah. I remember random stuff.
I remember.
Yeah, I know.
I remember going to Arizona, but I don't actually remember being there. I just remember the flight there when I was like 3.
Yeah.
And I was holding my blanket on the plane.
Yeah, gosh, I don't. Maybe in my old house in Kansas City, where
Right.
like I first lived.
Oh yeah, same. My old house.
So what's been the differences between New York and Kansas City and Long Beach so far? What have you noticed?
Well, yeah, I lived in KC the longest. I was born in Missouri, and I lived in New York for like a little bit, and then moved back to KC, and then moved out here. So yeah, Kansas City is obviously the smallest of the 3.
Obviously, the worst sports teams too.
I can't.
What's
talk
your
about
sports team, Zach?
Los Angeles Rams.
it. Right, what round did they lose it?
Oh, they
Damn.
almost. My bad. They almost just won the Super Bowl. They're the only ones that came close to beating the Eagles. So
But were they in the Super Bowl?
no.
Okay. We'll
But
leave
who is
we'll-
it?
we'll
Who
leave
is
it
in
at
the
that.
Super
No,
Bowl
no, no, we'll
in
leave it at that.
2022?
We'll leave it at that.
Okay. Who lost the Super Bowl though?
I just remember the
How many-
Chiefs winning.
Well, how
Thanks,
many?
Juan.
Well, how many? How close was the Rams game and Eagles game, and how close was the
The Rams
Eagles
didn't
and,
make it.
and Chiefs?
They didn't make it to the Super Bowl. Or were they in the Super Bowl?
Hey, they would have given a better fight than the Chiefs.
But they didn't. Oh well, they weren't in the Super Bowl.
if it wasn't snowing.
Oh, yeah,
If it
hypothetically,
wasn't
if it
snowing.
was, do you realize I'm not making excuses? You're the one making excuses.
Sorry, Rams are just better than Chiefs then, I guess.
No one is gonna agree with that.
Everyone
No
can agree.
real sports analyst.
I don't know. After we
Everyone will agree with that because they're biased. But
after
no
we
real
drop Cooper
sport.
Cup, I don't know what's
Zach.
gonna happen.
Whose house?
Huh?
Whose house?
No, that video.
Rams have.
I don't
That's
wanna-
the best video. That's the best.
Can we go
video
back
ever.
to what you
legendary
asked?
video?
Can we go back to what you
Okay,
asked?
well,
Yeah, Kansas City's definitely the smallest. But yeah, it's probably the place where I feel the most home. Like that is my home. And I like that it's smaller. I like that it's. I mean, it's
wow, you don't
literally
feel that way about me and Juan? That's messed up.
it's literally in the middle of the country, so it's pretty. There's no ocean. There's no like. I mean, you get rivers. There's a Kansas and Missouri River that goes right by it, but it's not. It's humid a lot. The weather's definitely not like this, but it's not sunny. It's not sunny all the freaking time, bro.
So you liked it so much?
Yeah, low key, bro. Yeah, I don't have to. Never.
How come you moved through New York and
Because of my parents' jobs. My
Oh.
mom was a ballerina, and my
Oh,
dad is and my dad is an artist, like a full time
Jeez.
visual artist. So yeah, it's those are definitely not the most Kansas City jobs, but that's where my dad is from, St. Louis. So that's where and he met my mom in Kansas City. So that's where
I had a
where that's
teammate who lives in Kansas City too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Yeah. Go Royals. I'm just kidding. I'm a Cards fan, bro. My dad wouldn't let me be a Royals fan. I don't even follow baseball though.
Go
But
Royals.
go, yeah. Are the Royals bad?
I wouldn't have a statement on that.
Okay.
Just that the LA Dodgers are better.
Yeah.
Because they have the highest payroll.
The Dodgers.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's an
and the
excuse.
Rams
I'm
are
making
better.
an excuse.
Dodgers
That's
and
pretty-
Rams are better.
Pretty accurate.
I'm making an excuse.
You said Dodgers and what?
Do you think? Yeah, Dodgers and Rams are better than KC.
That's literally false.
Okay.
Ju-
I was
just
gonna ask. Do you think there should be a salary cap on the MLB? No. What
Oh,
about you?
on the MLB. Oh.
Because there is on the NFL and
No,
and
sorry.
in NHL. I think.
Yeah, no, I was looking at that from a different lens. Because I always hear people like, oh, why do they make so much? All they're doing is playing a game. That's a stupid argument. Like, they're making the money. Like, all that money is not just coming from nowhere. Like, people are watching, people are paying millions for ads in the Super Bowl and all this. Like, those players are making the money they earn. But paying $1 billion to Juan Soto or whatever it was, that's not, I mean, that's insane. And I think baseball is definitely a little bit more messed up because Dodgers and the Yankees should not have that insane of payrolls.
Well, I think there shouldn't be a salary cap because I want the Dodgers to keep winning. So, but other than that,
Maybe
I don't have
if
any
it's
other
your
arguments.
team, you wouldn't. But if it's another team, you probably would want a salary cap,
Yeah.
so they wouldn't steal like all the.
I guess
best
the only
players.
reason,
Like the Dodgers.
yeah, only reason I
Yeah.
would want there to be a salary cap is for the Cardinals to get better, because then they'd have an even playing field. against like teams
Well,
like the Dodgers.
Cardinals have been a great team for a while. It's just these like last 3 years
Yeah.
that they've. not
Well, I
been
think
so-
they might have more. Is it true that don't they have more World Series than the Dodgers? Like, don't they have 11?
Oh
The
yeah,
Dodgers-
they have.
I think
like,
yeah.
They have like
They used to be
second
good.
or something, second or third.
Mhm.
So they're better. Therefore, by your logic, they're better
Yeah.
than the Dodgers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Suck it. Just kidding. Yeah. But no, yeah, I can't think about. Dude, that Super Bowl ruined all sports for me, bro.
Hold
can't-
on,
it's
I
like-
gotta.
Zach,
I
are you
waited the
gonna-
whole.
Oh my god.
Zach, are you gonna?
I gotta do it.
Oh, he's got to check. That's what it is. I thought he was
Yeah.
gonna like spend 20.
Cause
minutes
I don't know.
in the
Cause
bathroom.
that chair seems like higher for whatever reason, so I want to make sure my
I think it
head's in it.
is.
Huh?
I think it is.
What? What is?
That chair.
Yeah, but I just want to make sure my head's in it. I think it is.
Zach, can I get your Gatorade?
That's mine.
That's no. Yeah, you can have it.
Oh.
This guy said yes for me.
Wait, so let me see if my. I gotta see if my head is higher than this thing.
Oh, then the gecko. Or
Yeah.
Zach, you're not that tall. It's okay.
Shut up.
I'm just joshing you.
He knows how to rage bait. Successful rage bait.
First
All right,
day
I think that's
race
good. Yeah, I think that's a fine angle. 'cause
What do you
it's
think about the
Zach,
top?
there's a B by you. There's a B on you, Zach.
Yeah, so.
What
There's
do you,
like, bro, there's like a ton of crazy creatures in this backyard all the time. It's crazy.
what do you think about the subject of rage baiting?
I
Do you
think
think
I think
rage
it's kind
baiting
of pointless because it's just another way of saying like being mean. Like there's no,
Mhm.
it's just a nicer way of saying it, or
How's
like
it-
to make
it's
it
not
seem
even nicer.
or just to make it seem like to justify it.
Hmm.
That's all.
It's all a joke, bro. It's just a
Yeah.
joke, bro.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I scam people with fake AirPods, but it's just a joke.
I get the reference.
Yeah,
We get the lore.
yeah.
They don't. You have to explain.
I already explained it on a different
Alright.
episode. I think.
Oh yeah,
Hey.
and I said I was joking.
Oh yeah,
Are you
dude, I was just
joking?
telling Juan, I was like, I wanted to punch the screen, bro. He literally was like, I was saying, I did like I said like a whole entire paragraph explaining how it was or like what I saw wrong with it or like how I felt about it, and then he's just like, oh, but he was joking about that though. I was like, bro,
Successful rage bait. You got him to punch the screen, bro.
no, I wanted to.
You say you wanted to punch my
You
butt.
wanted.
Yeah, I wanted.
Good one. bro.
What? Did you
Yeah,
hear?
what is that?
Was that Noah's phone?
Why is that staring me down?
Oh, that.
Bug.
No, I was saying, what was that noise? Was that your phone or?
What was
The
it?
I'll check.
chimes.
It sounded like the thing like. No, it's still on.
It's the
I just want to
chimes.
make sure it didn't turn off.
It's the
No,
chimes.
like it actually sounded like it ended or something. It's the
Mhm.
chimes?
Mhm.
Why would it make like a beep? It sounded like.
Oh, I don't know what you heard there.
Hey, so on the subject of rage bait, how would you feel about a video, a confrontation or confrontational video, exposing those who made the fake account?
Are you suggesting that right now?
I'm
or
just putting the idea in your head. You should film it and then expose everyone, and then be
Yeah,
like,
expose
"Boom,
me.
I got you."
Well, what
Boom,
if
I
we
got
were
you.
to do that? Then we have to see. So we can point to who it probably is, but we have no.
Yeah, you have no
We
evidence.
have no clear confession. And there's no like.
You have no evidence.
Yeah, there's no like proof. I
Ooh,
guess.
Yeah.
You should get a subpoena to look at their phones.
But we do have messages from some individuals saying that we're gonna jump you or I'm gonna get my revenge.
Whoa.
Or I can strike down your channel because you don't or if you block me or this or
Who
whatever
said that?
stuff like.
Who said that?
Hey, we can't name.
You want me to? I mean, I can drop it.
Name it.
He's not
Name drop.
scared. Wait.
Name drop.
He's not scared. Don't do it.
Well, yeah, Julian was just.
No!
Julian Devin was saying
You break
he
my
could
heart.
strike my
Zach.
channel. He could
Oh
strike
my
down my
God.
channel.
No.
You break
'Cause
my
he was-
heart.
Because
Oh,
he was mad that I had a response to all the rage bait he was saying or
Is
whatever.
this the first official beef of your channel? Okay, I gotta stop. I'm sorry. I'm
No,
sorry.
I mean,
First day
I don't know.
instigator.
I mean, there's just. I mean, yeah. I mean, people take things a little too serious or a little too far sometimes, or maybe they're not taking it too serious or too far, but they act as if they are in
What
a
if-
joking way where it's not really joking.
What if they would say you're just taking it too serious? Oh, it's not that big deal.
There's
I would say that's famous last words, honestly. That's what I would say.
before
Because
what?
when you
Before
think,
what?
when you, because think about the amount of
We'll
times
never
that
know.
people have said that.
You just dodged
We'll
it.
never know.
Think about the amount of times.
Go. Just say it. Think about the amount of time.
that people have said
So,
that where they make someone, I don't know. I mean, like where you're like people end themselves out there for stuff like that. That's all I'm saying. Like for something that people think is just a joke. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
That just
So
a
I'm
joke
saying-
is
So
very
or if it's
harmful.
not it's not that deep. It's not that serious.
I'm not saying it's no. I'm completely with you that it is serious.
hey,
but,
if you have thoughts about that, let us know, Zach.
but I'm just saying that might be their argument because you were arguing that it's like that they might say it's not or what I just said they might say it's not that serious.
I was gonna
Which
say
I'm sure.
one thing I wanted to mention too is a lot of times, and maybe they'll use it to their advantage just to get a little extra laughs or to get a little
Some
extra
giggles.
pleasure or something. Yeah, and they'll use like I guess like you could say an age gap or where they don't really understand like someone else is not gonna have the same humor as or they're not gonna
Oh.
understand things the same way.
Mm.
I mean, because to be honest, I mean I'm still pretty young. Like I don't see things the same way as
Yeah, you're
everyone
young,
else,
guys.
so.
Lots of experience, though.
Do you have anything to add to that?
It's your podcast, bro. Keep the conversation going.
So, why? I mean, what was your thoughts on like the whole thing where they're posting polls
What?
saying, "Am I attractive?" or what would you do if I came up to you on the beach?
What?
Or would you date me?
They did that?
You never saw that?
I'm on Instagram, bro.
No, but no one ever like they didn't show you the
I
account.
don't
I don't have it
check- I don't
Insta.
check
I don't have it either.
He's locked in.
But I'm
bro.
saying, but no one ever showed you like.
Oh yeah, you deleted the burners.
Yeah.
So at that point, you probably still had Insta.
Honestly, actually, the one positive out of that, it actually did make me delete the burner. So I
Hmm.
guess you could say that's a net positive, because it's just it made me like go on there a little bit more and check it, and then I was just like, yeah, this needs to stop. So I just ended it.
What I might
Deleted
I'm gonna ask you a question. So this is kind of important. I've been considering thinking going back on Instagram. Because now, I mean, as I told you, I don't think I've told Juan, I'm officially a senior now. So I'm running out of time now in high school. So I'm wondering, like, would it really be that bad if I went back on Instagram?
Well,
I don't think so.
you got to think. Yeah, you could say the argument. You could have the argument for like to communicate with people and stuff, but also
Yeah.
I think there should be a little more than that. Like how I was thinking about it, if I do go back on, I definitely want to make sure I'm creating and not just consuming. Like I'd
No, that'd be the
I make
point.
sure I'm
That'd
consistently.
be the whole point.
I would be posting stuff I'm talking about because like I'm not supposed to be a
He's
senior.
not gonna be on Reels, bro.
But you'd
I've
be
seen some
surprised.
wild, bro. What Riley and Zeke show me was insane.
For real.
But
You'd be surprised though, because it's like you could say that you're not gonna go on, but it's like there's no feature
Oh.
to turn it off, or there's this. Or,
But-
have you had that experience with YouTube?
well, yeah, I don't know. I haven't been on this. Oh, I guess I haven't been on the Instagram in a while, or like the app, whatever you want to call it. So I don't know if there's any. I'm assuming there isn't, right? Like a feature to turn off reels.
No, you just
But I'm
don't
just-
go on it.
But I'm saying, but for YouTube, yeah, I definitely have that
It's called
experience
discipline.
where you
Yep.
can't.
I know it definitely.
Where like you try to get rid of the short, you can't really get rid of the shorts. Like you can do this short term thing, but where that doesn't even usually always work.
Mm.
There's no like feature. to turn it.
Interesting.
Just post yourself and just look back on it. Those are your reels.
Yeah. Well, also you gotta yeah, we could talk about discipline and all that, but it's like, they're essentially made to keep you hooked. I mean, they're made to keep you addicted. I mean, you could look at someone like I don't know if you know Kurt Angle. I mean, there's obviously it's much different, but with someone like him who probably like Joe Rogan was saying, he's some of the best discipline in the world, right? Like he's a Olympian wrestler. Even that guy, when he got an injury or something, he had to take opiates. He got hooked on that, and he couldn't stop. He had an addiction for years. So it's not so much like I'm not one to have. Of course, maybe I could get better willpower and discipline and all that, but I'm not one to have the ego and just be like. I mean, part of it's because it's
Well, I
it's
think-
pretty difficult, but also
So yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I think drugs are different.
Well, I mean, you'd probably make the argument that it is a drug. What would you say about that? I don't know.
Well, there is some
I
study.
feel like that's kind of wild to compare social media to being addicted to cocaine.
Well, I did
But-
preface. I did say it's obvious. It is a little different, but I was just using it as an example. But I think that I'm pretty sure Andrew Huberman talked about, or I saw something. There were some studies where they compared, like, I think it was teenagers on social media or something, and then compared it to actual drug addicts, and it was like the same. Like their brains pretty much looked identical, like something wrong.
There's so many wild studies that people bring up. It's like, yeah, that's pretty crazy. Yeah. I think it was a bad idea to become a senior, because now what happens if I date a junior girl who's like technically my age, but I'm a senior? Is that?
Oh well, I don't really see it like that because I don't care. So so it's like even if you weren't like I don't care. And part of that is because I'm young, like I'm young for my grade too. Like I'm August or whatever. And then but also it's like most people out there have like age gap. Like most, or I mean maybe not most, but a lot like a lot of relationships out there have age gaps. Like my parents, it's 5 years. I don't know, yours are age gap too, right, Juan? Like there's a lot of.
Well, that's I think
which obviously it's different when you're younger.
I think by a year.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, the vast majority of marriages now. I mean, I think 10 years is like not even. Like I guess when you get older, it's more. But like most parents are like at least 3 or 4 years. Which now that's like it's like a senior dating an 8th grader. 4 years.
Yeah.
But then when you're older, it's
well, yeah. I mean, I was thinking about it. Like my mom was.
That's
in,
not.
What?
That's not. I'm not saying senior and 8th grader is okay.
No.
I'm just saying.
I'm saying like for example, like
Examples.
my mom was in kindergarten while my dad was born. Like there's stuff like that where it's like
What?
how-
Yeah.
So it's like like
But once you're older, for some reason, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
well because the age is not as distant like relative to the
Well,
other
you're
person's
also
age.
you're
That's
not.
why.
It's like exponential growth. You're not growing as much anymore.
Mhm.
You're not really changing as rapidly.
There's
as
more difference between a 5-year-old and a 10-year-old versus
Exactly. Exactly. There's more difference
yeah.
between an 8th grader and a senior than there is a 34-year-old and a 30-year-old. So yeah, that's interesting.
That's true.
I don't know. I think I'd probably say anywhere more than like, especially younger. Like I wouldn't probably go anywhere more than like 2 years, but that's the most. And to me, I don't really mind. I wouldn't really mind.
One.
Me, probably like
A case.
Wait, what? 5?
I was gonna
5
say
years?
5 months.
6. 5 months.
Probably just
Okay.
less than a year.
7 years old.
No.
We do not condone that. That is bad. Zach disagrees entirely with that.
Like he should.
He's Zach. Okay.
I didn't even process what you said for a second. I was just like, what?
Yeah, I'd be like, just like what? Sometimes I'm just like, what? Okay, yeah. Is this summer gonna be? This isn't gonna be a relaxful summer.
Well, it will, but it's
gonna
gonna be
Lit summer.
yeah.
It will be.
It'll be a movie, bro.
It will be a movie.
We outside this summer.
Yeah. In about the next hour, I'm gonna be in bed. So
Whoa. Cap.
watch
Watch.
and see.
Watch.
This guy's gonna text me at 10 p.m.
I can't fall asleep.
No. Do you think that's gonna work? Do you think you're just gonna be able to fall asleep right now? With no.
Maybe not
plan
fall
or-
asleep, but I think the time in bed definitely adds to it.
Because when I would do that, it would be like I would just have to sit, like, or not, like, be laying down for like an hour before anything would happen. Like I would just be sitting there for forever.
Well, yeah, that's why I need to be more. I'm gonna try to be more. After today, I didn't really.
I
do
think
much.
more realistic is 8.
Yeah, but
But that's coming from someone like, I mean, what time do you go to bed, Juan? Like usually,
Huh?
like don't you like what time do you go to bed usually though? Like that's coming from someone that doesn't really go to bed like that early.
Well, let him answer your question first. What time do you go to bed?
12.
Never mind.
Hey, what? Okay, what if no one would just say that?
Okay, never mind. Yeah.
You got him, Zach. You got that one. You win.
What would you
won
say?
that one.
Would you say you'd be doing pretty good? Like, would you say the average is 9? Would
Me?
you say? Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean,
That's
when
good.
I set a time, I go to bed. When I set a time to wake up, I wake up.
What's your thoughts on? I've started. I haven't done it yet, but I've been trying to do like set my alarm instead of for when I get up for when I go to sleep. So I've been trying to put my alarm at 7 p.m.
What? Set your alarm for when you go to sleep.
So you don't have an alarm when you wake up, but you have an alarm when you go to bed. So it makes you go to bed.
I don't think that's for you, buddy. I don't think that's something you should do. If you're falling asleep at 7, then maybe, because that's, I mean, waking up at 6 is what, 9 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours? No.
So okay,
Well, what
go
is
to,
is
go
that
to sleep at 7, and you wake up at 5:30.
5:30.
That's
What is that?
10 and a half.
10 and a half. So that's enough to wake up, like be rested and wake up at 5:30. But you're not gonna. Let's be real. The first week, at least, you're not gonna fall asleep at 7.
Well, like I was saying, okay, yeah, not at 7, but you're not gonna fall, not right away, obviously. But I'm saying,
Or I'm saying like 7:30. Like you're not gonna fall asleep. It's not
Yeah.
gonna be like if you were to go to sleep.
but
at
I was gonna say, I definitely,
9 o'clock.
when I want to become more consistent with cardio and just like do cardio throughout like most of the day. And I think that should definitely help. Because today all I really did was lift, but
Bro,
definitely staying outside for whatever reason too. I think definitely
You
helps.
covered
the
you
sunlight.
covered your steps for like
yeah.
at least 4 days.
Yeah, I made up for all the time I only got 5 to 10.
5 to 10 steps.
No, 1,000.
1,000.
Come on, bro. You gotta get at least 10,000. Come on.
5 to 10
Did you
steps.
see
You
Ashton
didn't,
Hall
bro, you didn't
race
even get
speed?
the. Yeah, you didn't even get the reference, bro.
What?
I said you gotta get at least. No,
I don't have social media, bro. I'm sorry. that
I
you
don't
do.
either.
I don't either.
You don't know who.
Ashton Hall.
I know who that is. It was. He's the guy with the face. Or the face in the water.
Yeah.
Banana.
He
bread.
raced
He raced
speed.
speed, yeah.
And
And he
speed
lost.
one. Bro, I
Speed
saw
one.
it. It was
Yeah.
bad. Bro.
He tried racing him like 5 times.
God.
So he
Oh,
could
'cause he
win
kept
one.
losing.
Yes.
Dang.
Did you see the Jack Neal clip where he was saying something like, so if you were to train to go to the NFL right now, could you do it? He's like, oh, 100%.
Ashton Hall?
Yeah. And then, bro, the comments were just like, bro got 4 yards the entire time at Auburn or whatever you want to say. Yeah.
Hey, so can you tell us more about your journey to Angel Stadium? Because that video looked
Yeah.
pretty wild. Like how it just cuts to you like all like sweated out in like some gas station or whatever it was, like interrogating the camera.
Yeah.
That looked. I mean, you said it was like some of the worst pain you'd ever experienced.
And then you got the cut from that to just me at school chilling on the last day.
Well, yeah.
Did you see that part?
Yeah, but I'm talking about like how bad was that pain? Because I mean, he basically just up and walked a marathon. Like he just woke up and decided I'm gonna do that today, which no one would probably ever recommend you do. So how like
And after a while, I mean, most days before that too, because I had for a year I would say I was actually pretty consistent. I was getting at least 10, usually 15 to 20, even 30 on some days for probably all of last year.
Nice.
And then for whatever reason, I just got less consistent with it. I'd focus on other things. So I've been 10,000 is on a good day, but usually 5,000, 5,000 to 6,000. And so. Wait, what was your question?
Like how? Okay, let's talk about the pain, I guess. Like, cause that, I mean, how would you describe it? Like,
Yeah,
it's
so-
not like being sore after a workout. Like,
So
it's not
yeah,
like
I would say the
it's
first
like-
10 miles was definitely pretty easy. I would say like once I hit the 10-mile mark, it was like it was hurting, but it wasn't like unbearable.
Excruciating.
Yeah, but then by the time I got to Angel Stadium, I felt something coming, and then as I left, it was like, ooh.
Then you had to
And
do
then-
all that again.
Yeah, well, as I left Angel Stadium, or as I was like, I would say a mile or two after, I was like, it felt like every step, not every step, but like every minute or so, I'd just go, oh, I'd make like this
Zach,
noise.
would you think you'd be able to make it back home?
Yeah, but
Oh,
I
if
would
your mom
have.
didn't pick you up.
Well, yeah. So what happened was,
Gosh, bro, you would have got home at like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
what happened was I made it.
Probably.
I made it 5 miles. I made it 5 miles back to Ralph's, and that was just onto the long stretch.
Oh, so well, how many more miles? would it-
10.
So your mom picked you up 10 miles away?
Yeah.
There's no, your legs would have gave out.
So that's what I was gonna mention.
The way
So.
you talked about it sounded like.
So yeah, I mean, it was intense, especially when I was in the routes. Like, bro, I was like limping. It was bad, and so my hamstring,
milk in the...
bro. And so
Bottom of milk?
You didn't watch the video?
No.
Bro, she thought he was homeless. She
Yes.
donating
Yes.
to him, bro.
Dude, because I looked,
Tell the story.
dude, it must have been my eyes or my face or just
I think it was
everything.
your
It was
eyes.
just- yeah. 'Cause I looked back at the video, I was like, holy, my
God,
eyes changed, bro. I was like,
yeah, I know. 'Cause that's
Yo.
the craziness of that jump cut, to where it's just like you turn the camera.
Yeah,
on
his
to
eyes
your
are
face.
red. He's tired.
Bro, would tell how.
that was just, well, that's just pretty much, that was the pain. It was just expressing the pain.
Yeah, 100%.
So she
And
thought
it
you
was
were homeless.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
She
I
gave him
felt
20
that.
bucks, bro.
Hey, at least I told her. I let her know.
No,
she
yeah.
still gave it, so.
She bought him an orange juice and a milk because he only had $7 instead of 8, which is
No, it was
obviously
6 instead of. It was actually
up!
no, it was actually 6 instead of 7.
Damn.
I'm telling you, it was actually 6 instead of 7. I'm not even.
Should have
joking.
just lied and said it was 7 instead of 8. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, 6, 7.
Yeah.
But and then the lady thought he was homeless, so she gave him $20.
She
So
said,
you only had-
I hope your situation.
You only had
Oh my
$7
gosh,
on
Bro,
you?
I felt bad, but I was
hope
like,
your situation gets better.
I felt bad, but I told her, I was like, I told her like my
situation's all right.
no, I said no. Let me clarify. Like my situation's not like that. Like it's
Yeah.
just because I was walking around a lot today, and I just I don't remember exactly what I said, but it was something along the lines. That's all.
Interesting.
Interesting.
But yeah, so let me explain. So,
Please do.
so I would say about 1 or 2 miles after I'd started walking back from Angel Stadium was when it really started to hit, and I was going, oh, and then yeah, I was just like, and there was like I was like walking, I was trying different ways to walk, just
Walking
to, like,
backwards.
No, I hadn't started that. I was saving that towards like the end. I was saving that for the end. But I was just doing different like movements, wherever, to keep going like at all costs. And then it was pretty much by the time I had reached like Rouse, I was limping. And then, but yeah, my mom had. If I didn't get picked up, I probably, like I said, I would have just walked backwards, because it was. I would say it was like a. It's probably
through
probably
10.
top.
That's-
It was probably top 5 pains. I would
Wow.
say
1 through 10.
probably maybe maybe top 10. I would say probably top 5.
I said 1 through 10.
Pain scale, 10 being the worst.
8.5. I would say. Yeah.
Seriously.
So yeah, but you think, dude, that's dangerous walking backwards on the city street.
Well, yeah, that was the only issue I was
Walks into a
thinking.
pot like a
Yeah.
manhole. or
Well, that
something.
was the issue I was thinking, because it's like it was so dark too. and-
Oh my gosh, that's such a recipe
But-
for. It's dark,
But,
you can't see it.
but I was
Yeah,
thinking
walking
it literally
backwards.
would have been like, it felt like it literally would have been safer for me to like walk backwards for the rest of it.
Dude, but that would have taken you like probably
Yeah,
at least
longer.
1.5.
Actually, I was gonna say no. I don't even
No,
think.
but dude,
just
you
hold on, because I was on the long stretch and the last 10 miles, and it was gonna be straight for like forever. I could have, like, for whatever reason, especially like when I'd always be doing backwards walks, like my quads are stronger, so it's just like that actually feels like faster or just as fast to me. So I feel like it wouldn't have been slower, but it definitely would have been different.
You would have
It
had
would've
to,
been weird.
how do you make sure you're not gonna run into a hurdle and break your wrist?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Oh,
Reference.
I think something I was thinking was the original idea I had was I could like record, or I could
Oh
I could look in the camera.
Have a mirror.
No, I could look in the camera and then use the flashlight or whatever. But my
phone
phone
was
died, so.
Dude, you're so lucky your mom picked you up. bro.
For real,
That's
bro.
great.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I could have done it, but it wouldn't have been great, I guess.
You would have got home at like 4 a.m.
11 or 12.
No.
11 or
Walking
12.
backwards.
What
you
time?
had-
What time was it when you started walking back?
Dude, he called
I was
me.
gonna
he
walk
called me
back at like
5.
9:30.
For
He
real?
called me at like 5. Oh, 9:30?
Well, that was
Like
when I was
PM?
at the Rouse.
Oh no, but you called me like at Angel Stadium at like 5 or 6, and I was like, "There's no way this dude is gonna walk 15 miles, and it's already like 6 o'clock."
How long did it take you to get there?
Didn't you leave like in the afternoon?
It was actually really fast on the way there, but
What-
yeah, the last 5 miles that I had
what
done
time?
to the Rouse. Hold on, the last 5 miles that I'd done to the Rouse were actually don't. stop.
Don't interrupt him. Never interrupt.
No,
him.
but
he can do it, but
He's
don't.
right. He's obviously okay. But
I'm ready.
but
for
the next 5 miles to get to Rouse, I got there at like probably 8 something. It was just
Yeah.
like those were like it took way longer, and I think if I got to Angel Stadium at 5, it was like an average of like 3 miles an hour for the whole thing. So that was faster. But then,
Do you remember what time you left your house?
Yeah, what time did you leave?
I left at 1 and
Oh
then
my
got at
gosh.
Angel Stadium at 5 or 6.
Okay, why would you leave in the afternoon?
Yeah. Real
Yeah,
time.
I mean, because I'd woken up a little late that day.
What time? 11?
like 750, I think.
Well,
and
that's
then
pretty late.
and
This guy
then
said 11.
and then I
Did you lift that day too? What? Or was that
no,
a
it's Sunday, and then I had. I wanted to make sure I fueled up for the walk too. That was the main thing, that it took like an hour or two, and then and I was doing a couple other things, and then so that ended up making it go to like 12:51 around there.
So you didn't bring
12:55.
water. Or you didn't bring any.
No water?
What I did
He
was
doesn't bring anything with him.
No, you just
I
drank
did
salt
half
water.
a gallon of water
Yeah.
when I woke up, and then I had and like in between I did like a spoon of salt or whatever, so I wouldn't be like cramping, which it did help. But the only thing, I could have used a banana I felt it towards the end, but the salt definitely helped for a good amount, I would say.
Oh, yeah.
If you're doing a lot of cardio,
I
you
think the
definitely
banana helped me on my bike ride.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I definitely felt it in my quad.
Banana straight to the quad.
What?
Uh-huh.
Oh, what?
Yo, you see the shoe footprint on my phone? Who's got Adidas? Wait,
So would
is
you
that
say, so Juan, would
It's
you
not
say,
Adidas.
would you say the McDonald's would you say the McDonald's you've been eating has been going straight to the bicep? Would you say?
Straight to my back.
Oh,
Big
yeah.
back.
So tell us about that. I've seen you've been getting back gains recently.
Yep. I've been spamming a lot of pull-ups and push-ups.
And
That's the
so,
calisthenics.
and so it looks like you and Julian have been trying to like get lean, right? That's one of your primary focuses, would you say? Like you guys.
For me, probably just to get bigger.
Oh yeah.
Get bigger.
Yeah.
Would you say calisthenics is the best way to do that?
Well, it all comes down to eating. You can do any
Yeah.
training you want. It
Yeah.
just comes down to eating. So.
Dude, calisthenics is just wild, man. Like,
But
it's
I don't
so
agree.
hard.
But I don't
Yes,
agree with
yeah.
the whole bulking and cutting thing, or at least certain ways people do it. I think, whether you're bulking, okay, if you're bulking, yes, eat eat a lot, but also don't do less cardio. Don't do a different amount of cardio than you would if you're cutting or whatever. Just the amount of just live how you would normally live. Don't like change.
That's what I do.
Yeah,
That's what he did.
yeah.
That's what I do, bro.
And I'm not really sure. Yeah, I mean the whole bulking and cutting thing in general, I don't really believe. I mean the actual meaning behind it.
I thought you're bulking.
Yeah, but when I say bulking,
Go.
it obviously when I say when I say bulking, obviously it's gonna be different than what most people think of bulking.
What different?
Well, like as you could see in the Angel Stadium video, I'm having a steak, avocado, eggs, and cheese. Like that's some like of the bulk stuff I'm doing. I'm just eating a good amount of it, or an avocado too. Or I think I already said that, but yeah, it's just clean foods. Like there's no added sugars, no processed foods, no terrible ingredients, any of that. So yeah, that's the key, I think, to getting bigger while not getting.
I needed some
fat.
McDonald's to re-energize me, bro.
How often would you say you eat McDonald's?
How often do you re-energize?
Every
Yeah.
week.
Every week, really. Yeah, I wanted to ask about that because,
I can't
So-
live without it.
yeah, I mean that's what I was gonna say. So I think, would you say you're addicted to McDonald's?
I actually had some. What's today? Friday.
Yeah.
I had some. I think Thursday.
You had some yesterday.
Yeah.
And here's
What's
the-
your order? What's your average order?
Usually cheeseburger and McChicken.
It's both?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Pretty solid.
I think the misconception people get too, and one of the things I don't like about fast food and junk food and stuff is that, let's say, obviously Juan is in decent shape. He's not like fat or anything. But what you don't understand is when those foods, I mean, they're made to keep you addicted. So even someone who's not like obese or someone who's not out of shape, like them eating it, you could have as much discipline and willpower, whatever. You're still gonna be you're gonna be like addicted to it, or it's gonna mold you in some way. Like
What if I get abs off of it?
you're not gonna get abs from it.
Prove Zach wrong.
I'm gonna prove you wrong. I'll show you.
Well, actually,
how
we
good
all
I
have
am.
abs, so
Huh?
you get abs when you're born. So
Oh, yeah. Good one.
Yeah,
Good one,
Zach,
good
I
one.
know.
Good one.
Visible abs.
well, by doing that, you do more cardio, get more steps, and obviously lifting too.
Can I
But
ride my
would say
bike
those
every
are the
day?
main ways.
To
I don't know if riding the bike is the best way
for
for cardio. I mean, it's just.
I think it would just strengthen my quads.
Yeah, if you go up hills and stuff, yeah. But around here, it's so flat.
I know.
But I'm
Brother,
telling you-
when I was like coming from my house, there's like no sidewalk,
I
bro.
mean,
Like,
so
the
this
sidewalk
actually
just disappeared.
this is actually important. Like I would say, honestly, if you dedicated and like ate, if you let's say you ate like the same things I ate and kept your calories the same, and you didn't eat as much as me, you don't even have to eat as much as me, you would get lean. There's no doubt in my mind. Like if you ate the amount of calories, because you probably don't eat as much as me, but I'm saying if you just ate the same foods, you would notice a difference. You would get visible abs.
Yeah,
I don't doubt that at all.
How long is it going to take?
I
Like
mean,
a
I don't know
month?
if there's a specific time. It could be. I mean, if he does a bunch of cardio and then sticks to it, it could very well be a month.
I'm thinking challenge video.
And hold on, and because you would probably eat even less calories because he'd get full easily.
I lived the Zach lifestyle.
Yeah,
for
you should
Exactly.
do it.
one
You
month.
should do it.
For
Yeah.
a month.
Yeah.
Did I come over? Did I ride my bike here every day?
You have to
Yeah.
come. You have to wake up. You have to come here at 6 in the morning. You have to wait 20 minutes for him to wake up. And then you have to wait another 20. Where he goes to the bathroom and drinks water.
Yep.
And then you have to start the workout without him because you're just so like it's like we got 20 minutes till school starts. And then he comes out and then he's ready and then you have to restart it and wait for him.
And then wait for him to eat his food after.
Yeah, and then drive him. Never mind.
Drive him to school.
All right, guys. We
He's
got
gotta-
a
he's
little
gotta go
more time.
nighty-night.
We got a little more time.
He got bedtime.
We got like 5 more minutes.
5 more minutes.
I'm in.
Any important topics on your mind you want to bring up?
I'm not sure.
What were you gonna just ask?
Me?
Yeah, you were asking me something. What's
I don't
something?
remember.
Because I interrupted.
Yeah, you interrupted me. Yeah, it's not cool, but it's not
My
cool.
bad.
I have.
So Juan, how long have you kept a mustache for?
Probably since 8th grade. I think 8th or...
Never cut, never shave it.
When are you gonna get a mustache, Noah?
I'm just blonde. Dude. It's blonde.
You just can't see it.
No.
I cut it in 8th grade and that was the last time.
That's not an excuse, bro. It is blonde.
Bro, I cut mine like probably 3 or 4 days ago.
Oh, I have to tell.
What's your opinion
I
on
cut my beard though.
What's your opinion on my What's your opinion on my old mustache from like 6 months ago that they used on the fake account?
It was pretty creepy.
Creepy.
Yes,
bro. It was fire though.
Oh my god.
Bro.
It's because you had short hair, so it looked a little creepy.
Bro, I fit the male gaze, bro.
You fit your male gaze. You fit your
Bro,
male
no, it's
gaze.
not my male gaze.
What male said that looked? Never mind.
My coach said I look like a cop. I remember.
Yeah, you do.
I don't know. I just like rock. I think it was cool. I like rocking the different looks. I've had like 4 or 5 different characters.
So
far.
Zach, when is the next cut coming?
Oh, he loves to talk about. He would love to talk about it. When are you
Oh,
gonna cut your
haircut,
hair?
haircut.
When are you? What
I
is
thought you were
gonna?
talking about cutting.
What is gonna make you cut your hair? What
Yeah.
will have to happen? What is?
So there's gonna be. So I'm gonna lay down on a flat bench,
Uh-huh.
and there's gonna be a barbell there, and there's gonna be 2 big plates on each side,
Weighing how
and
much?
it's gonna be repped out,
225.
and it's gonna weigh 225,
Okay.
and it's gonna be repped out.
So
And
Zach,
then
Repped out. You're gonna do. You want to do for reps?
so Zach,
It's
Zach,
gonna-
225
okay,
for reps.
no,
You
it's
heard
going-
it here. 220. He's
For-
got to do at least 2
for reps?
He's got to do at least 2 for reps.
Zach,
It's going
repped
to be.
out.
It's going to be done. That's all I'm saying.
Repped out.
Zach, your
And
weighted
so-
Zach, your weighted dips are equal to 185.
205.
205.
So bench 205 right now.
Probably, I could probably do like 195. if I
Yeah.
could get it.
I could probably do 160.
You think?
Yeah.
But yeah, I was saying.
If Zach gave me
So
a chance.
yeah, there's gonna be 2 plates on each side. I'm gonna do it, and then right after, I'll probably come to like right here where my mom would usually give haircuts. But I'm gonna have someone, maybe hopefully this guy, he's just gonna go like to all the sides, and it's
You
gonna.
want me to
come on.
buzz you?
No,
Oh,
to
let's-
the sides, not the top.
I'm buzzing him, bro.
No,
Let's actually go.
you're getting
You
sued.
want-
You're getting sued if you buzz, bro.
You give me the bro.
Hey, you
If you give me the razor,
you give them consent.
yeah.
No,
I didn't.
I
I'm
did
not.
not consent to a buzz
I'm not
cut.
signing anything. Like,
There's no point in getting that because I've gotten that pretty much like every time, like a borderline.
you want
buzz
me
cut.
to cut your hair?
Yes.
It's not.
You're gonna
cutting
spot.
your
You're
hair.
gonna. You can
You're
spot
going.
it.
I'm
and
not
then
a
you
hair.
can do
I'm
it.
not a barber.
You've cut your own hair.
But that's different. And I don't. That's my mom gives me my hair. So, okay. I think the only time I really cut
I
my
just-
hair, I gave myself a buzz when I was like 6
You know,
years old.
Shane. You know Shane, right? Not the one who he's like a little skinny, like a little. You know,
Oh, the tall Shane?
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of. He's 6 feet, bro.
Not him, man.
Is he white?
Yeah.
Blonde?
The other one. Maybe. But he's not. I don't think that's the one I'm thinking.
Shane, tall, white, blonde hair.
He's like 5'8", probably. I don't know. Bro, are you thinking of the one on?
On the baseball team?
Well, I think he's also on there, but I don't know if he like play or if he still is or if he plays or what.
He's on the baseball team.
Bro, it's not the guy who's 6'3", bro. He's not 6. I think I know who you're talking about. That's a different
Then
one.
you're not talking about Shane then.
His name is Shane.
No, it's not. Shame?
No, Shane.
Oh.
Shame on you.
Yeah, you know Santi?
Yeah.
He like hangs out with Santi. Or not hangs out, but like I guess he like knows him or something. I don't know.
No, he doesn't, bro.
Anyway, I was
Shane,
saying.
no, you're
Anyway,
talking about a different guy.
okay,
Shane does not hang out with
that's
Santi.
his name. Anyway,
His name is not Shane.
bro. Then you don't know who I'm talking about.
Get your hand away.
No, because you're
Anyway.
not saying the right name.
I guarantee you, his name is Shane.
Call him.
I'm not gonna call him while it's recording.
On the pod.
Call
Anyway,
him.
I was saying no, because I was saying he was saying he wants to like cut my hair. He could do it because he's a barber or something. That's what he was saying.
Oh.
So maybe
He hangs out with Santi, like the big one.
no. Bro, you obviously don't know what I'm talking
Who
about.
is Santi?
They're both skinny, bro. Oh my gosh.
Who is
They're not
Santi?
6'3" and they're not big, bro. What
Who's
the heck?
Santi then?
I don't know. He's on the soccer team, I think. I guess you don't know who they are. But you know Shane though. Like we've talked. I don't know. We talked like a couple times probably. Like you've seen him. Like I was with you, or like we were in. I don't know.
All right, bud. You got to get to bed. Let's call it.
Yeah, I guess we could end it. Bro, I don't know how you don't know what I'm talking about, bro.
You should keep pressing one, actually.
I
Then
don't
go.
know who you're talking about. I don't
Bro.
think his name is Shane.
Bro,
If you think
Dude,
I
his
know,
name isn't Shane.
if you think I know him, then that's probably not his name.
look, you could probably pull it up right now. Look,
On what?
Instagram.
No.
Oh yeah.
Look at that, bro. Straight back to the feed. The feed is-
Oh yeah,
the
his
feed
thing was
shit.
like Shane LB. I think that's what it is.
Shane.
This?
No,
Badminton.
bro.
Badminton.
No, it's not, bro.
Let's go badminton.
That's a different one.
That Shane?
No, not him.
Yeah, then I don't know.
There's only two Shanes, bro.
I thought. Just search Shane LB. I think that's his.
Oh my gosh. You gotta go to bed, bro. It's bedtime.
No, in 40 minutes.
No, and you gotta start winding down.
I know. I gotta do my Ashton Hall. Never mind. He just has that like nightly routine.
Just gave up on the joke.
Shane LB. Nope.
Oh. Juan was right.
Want me to do it?
Juan.
I could find it right now.
Juan wins. You can't touch Instagram. You're recovering.
Yes, bro. You can't touch it. Don't even look at it.
Yeah.
Bro.
You're recovering addict. Do you think there should be a rehab for social media, Jack? You should make a rehab for social media.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know what specifically you just rehab. I think the rehab would just be living a normal life without it.
Yeah.
What? Do you want me to try and search it for you?
You
I
can't,
can find
no.
it. instantly.
Can't look
You're
at
not
it,
allowed.
Jack.
All right. Well, I think on that note, we should probably wrap it up here.
All right.
Hopefully, Juan finds out who Shane is, even though he knows who he is and he's talked to him. I guess Juan just can't remember people.
Yeah,
like
you're
that.
not talking about that guy.
Yeah, his name, I guarantee you 100% his name's Shane.
I know two.
Either you're rage baiting, messing with me, or you just somehow don't know.
I know two Shanes. The white Shane on the baseball
You must
team.
know 3. There has to be 3.
Ladies.
Bro's telling me who I know. Oh, my
Wait.
fault. I didn't know I know that guy,
The
bro.
family's breaking apart. Second beef on the channel.
I know white Shane and black Shane, bro.
All right, just call it. Thanks for
All
watching.
right, well, thanks for watching episode 9. Hope
Thanks
you
for
guys
watching.
enjoyed. And I think we're out.
Copy.